Hey everybody, listen, I'm excited. We are down here hanging out with our guy Matthew, and we're going to be telling you guys about some opportunities I think that many of you guys are going to need to lean into and listen. Talking about riding for real estate. Stay tuned on the next edition of Behind Closed Doors with the Brookses and Matt. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Glenn P. Brooks Jr. That is the lovely
Cherie Brooks Jr.
Listen, and we're here with our favorite realtor,
This guy
Matthew
here.
Marx is the man. Matt, today we are taking people on a little bit of a real estate journey.
A real estate car ride.
Riding for real estate is what we call it. No, but can you let people know about the opportunity down here? We're in Casco Viejo at the moment, but I think it's Gran Central.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we're changing it up a little bit. In the past, we've been mostly focused on folks that are coming in for rental, but there's a big demand for investment properties. And it's not often that I get excited about an investment property that's under construction right now. This is one that we are huge on. It's Grand Central. It's being constructed by Conservatorio, who is responsible for most of what you see in Casco Viejo. So they know what they're doing. They do it well. They do it at a very high level. And it's a product that we feel comfortable getting behind this early on in the game.
No, and when you talk about early on in the game, for my investors, I know they're thinking immediately, like, tell us a little bit about sort of what this property is, what does it represent, when are the deliverables, maybe even if we can get into just a little bit of a price point and idea of where we are today.
Yeah, so Grand Central is not just one building, it's a series of buildings. It's actually going to be 4 or 5 buildings across a city block. It's a full hectare that they purchased and are starting the construction in December. Price point wise, it's everything from $160,000 up to $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, depending on where you're comfortable. One building is going to be dedicated just to a hotel. Another building is going to be for residential, where you can only do long-term rentals or live in it yourself. And then another building is going to be, think of like a boutique hotel. It's short-term rentals, Airbnb, each individually owned that are in a rental pool. That one has a little bit of a higher price point when you look at square meters, but it's also fully turnkey. Everything from the appliances, the air conditioners, the lights, down to the linens to the bath mats.
I love it. So when we talk about turnkey, I mean, we had a chance to walk through sort of like the planning stages and the models and the makeups. This is going to be uniformed in the sense that it's going to resemble a hotel feel, but it gives you the privileges of ownership.
Yes.
That's exactly right. So you can still use it yourself for a few weeks out of the year, but mostly it's a passive income income generator for you.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So for those of you guys who are interested in opportunities to invest in Panama, particularly because you're not interested in relocating here, maybe you don't necessarily travel back and forth to this part of the world, but you want to be able to invest in into something that's going to generate you some passive income, this is an opportunity for you for sure.
Absolutely.
3, 2, 1.
When Glenn was telling the story and I pointed out this is where we were,
Right.
that's the Banco General that we drove past. Notice there's no parking lot. It's all underground.
Oh, that's them driving into the park.
Exactly.
And that's where we were riding by.
Yeah, so
drove
this
past
is
here.
we drove by here. So this building
Same,
here, that's the Mercado San
market.
Felipe.
So we came down this way.
Yeah. If you're coming from Balboa Avenue, you're coming that way. So in that corner is fish market.
Yeah. And this building is all Airbnb, short-term
It's
rental.
like short-term rental. It's more like an apartment hotel. It's like an in-between kind of a regular Airbnb and an hotel. It's like an elevated Airbnb, like a boutique hotel.
Okay.
So you have a management there called Bungalow,
Uh-huh.
and they are doing all for the owners, so like marketing, hiring the staff, everything. So the idea is to have like, you really don't need to care about the property. They will send you monthly reports about like income, hard costs, everything. So you just receive your money. It's like a passive investment.
And the ROI on that is like 7-8%.
Okay.
They've got a really cool calculator function.
After hard costs.
Okay.
That's why that's important. Because
Yeah, that's
sometimes
the
people
take
tell you
home.
like, oh, you will have like 12%, but including the hard costs.
Right,
After
right.
hard costs, like have to add 8 or 9% is nice.
So that concept is something new. We don't have that concept in the U.S. And
Right.
So that would be more like a timeshare type concept.
I wouldn't quite classify it as a timeshare.
Kind of.
Like
How would it?
as an owner, you can use it yourself for well, I guess it would be a timeshare at that point. Like the owners can use it for a few weeks out of the year, but the rest of the time it should be in the rental pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
But
actually
like,
own
right,
the
you don't
unit.
exactly. You don't share ownership with another family.
Right,
Like,
where
it's your
timeshares,
unit.
everybody
Right, that's
owns
that's where it changes.
So, okay.
You have property in your own apartment, but it's like a regular hotel, so it will
Right.
be under the reservation
Right.
agreement. You can use it by yourself. You have like 60 days during the year to use it.
Okay.
Obviously, you just need to pay the guest fee.
Okay.
Like it's $11 per night.
Okay.
Just for cleaning and to keep the unit ready for the next guest. that is
Okay, for the
coming.
time that you as the owner stay
Exactly.
there. Okay.
That's it. But it's your unit, so they will send you like that's why they will send you like reports monthly and everything because it's your property.
And so they provide the furnishings and everything. So
It's a turnkey unit, so we'll
Yeah.
be ready with everything.
Down to the linens, like
Okay.
everything.
everything.
Appliance, it's like even towels and that's
Okay.
like everything. Yes.
now, do you have any choices? I guess when it comes to decorating, or are they all?
It could be
gonna
any
look
color
alike?
as long as it's white.
But as far as the furnishings, are they all because it's like a hotel?
Exactly, it's all gonna be
everything's
uniform.
Everything's gonna be uniform.
Yes, I'm thinking by an internal designer.
Okay,
So
yes.
it's like thinking in the brand bungalow.
Okay.
So we want to keep like a same like a standard in
Okay.
every room. It's to be fair with the owner because
Yeah.
sometimes you have like a better unit in the corner that people will say, I will stay in that one because it's a better decoration.
Gotcha.
So we want to keep a standard.
So keep the standard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So you basically own a hotel room.
Yeah.
A hotel, because it's not a room.
It's
It's
not
a,
a-
Right, because it's going to be an apartment.
It's a condo.
Yeah, we've at Panama Equity we've sold
But
a
it,
handful
but
of
it'll
them already.
function. It'll rent like a. They have a system, so it's gonna rent like a hotel.
Yeah.
Versus
Yes.
Airbnb, because they have a whole management. They handle
Right.
everything.
So it's all passive.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you have the option actually to live there if you want. Like you will be living in an hotel, but you can use it as an owner and
Okay.
live there if you want it.
Okay.
So you have that option to keep it in the bungalow management or rental,
Okay.
private rental program.
Okay.
So you can do both.
So unit sizes. So the first phase one is going to be this building here.
Right.
So what are the unit sizes?
In the residential one that is Union,
In the
you have,
residential.
like starting at 42 square meters. I don't know in feet how much is that.
It's like 450.
400 feet.
Okay.
And the big ones are the 3-bedroom units, and it's like 113 square meters.
Oh, okay.
So
Easy. Huh?
in Union, you have 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
All the units up to 2 bedrooms includes parking. That's cool because that is a residential building, so probably you want the parking in the place.
And that's going to be residential. They're not going to
That's
allow
all
short-term
residential.
rentals.
That's all
Yeah,
residential.
so it's even written into the contract and then eventually into the bylaws that there are no short-term rentals allowed into that building.
Okay.
You have to be in accordance with Panama City law.
Okay.
Because they don't want to compete with the hotel and they don't want to
Or
compete with the
compete,
Airbnb.
Exactly.
So you could do long-term rentals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Monthly to long term.
Right,
Even
but-
if someone is coming for 3 months, they can do it there.
Okay, but no short-term.
For not like 2 days.
Right.
Right. It's important to point out though, like everything's about the city block. They're trying to make a whole community.
Yeah.
So like that'll be a public space that people can walk through, even if you don't live there, because they're going to have shops and restaurants on the ground floor as well.
Gotcha.
You know, they're trying to make a real community, like a hub where people can go
And
and
that's the
feel
cool
nice.
part about La Central because it's not a gated community. Actually, it's open. So we want to bring back to give to the city like open spaces to enjoy, but with the advantage of it being in a private spot. So the cleaning is private, the landscaping or the gardening. So it will be nice and clean, but it's open to the public.
Right.
So that's cool.
So with it being open to the public, I'm assuming there's concierge, there's
Yes, and you have security guards
to go
inside.
into each building.
In internal plazas because all the first 2 levels are commercials.
Okay.
So all that we include like
Open, but
private
once you
security,
go, right.
private security zone. Yes,
Okay.
And there'll be plenty of parking because they're next to that parking garage.
exactly.
So when your guests come, they can park over
Right,
here.
right. The underground parking is going to be for the residents
Right.
that actually live there.
And
So
you have
you
an
can-
entrance for parking here too in the hotel
Oh,
side.
On the
Okay.
hotel side. I didn't realize that.
Oh, yep.
Yes.
Little driveway.
Killer. I love the project. Just love it.
Yes, it's a big project. Nice. We are so excited about it.
And you're anticipating breaking ground when?
December 1st.
Oh,
We are
okay.
waiting. We was waiting just for dry season.
Okay.
I was thinking that the rain stops in December, but yes.
That's my birthday. It always rains on my birthday.
Oh, it's over.
Let's,
Yes.
let's keep all prayers going.
That's
It's
right.
It's a full 1 hectare, so it's like
Right.
the digging is for the whole district, not just for phase 1, because we need
Right,
to
they gotta
make
do
all the basement
everything.
for the parking and the
Okay.
ground floor and the underground, and then start with the basement. So that's why that will take like up to 5 months just to
Okay.
the demolition and the digging and all that.
Okay.
And this is already raising property values for these folks over here in Sal Si Puedes. So you have some people here that opened up Airbnb buildings.
Okay.
And so I've been contacted independently by some of those building owners
Okay.
saying, hey, because they're building this, I want to now list my property.
Gotcha.
And they're selling the entire building, which is already a functioning Airbnb business.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's radiating to everyone else. It's creating like a ripple effect.
So with them targeting or creating housing for locals more outside the city and them increasing I know the train system is increasing. They're adding more trains. That's going to make it much more accessible for those locals that have to commute back and forth to the city now, although they can't afford to live necessarily in the city in the newer developments, but they will be able to get back and forth as the train system is being developed.
So there's a lot of infrastructure that's being invested in by the Panamanian government right now. The train system is one thing you mentioned. They're also, building the 4th bridge over the canal to alleviate some of that bottleneck. Lots of public transportation works are happening. So we're seeing a lot of urban sprawl in Panama right now, and the government is addressing that issue.
For those people who've never been to Panama, Matt, can you kind of give them a sense of where we are, what's going on in this area, maybe a little bit of history?
Yeah, so we're in the San Felipe area, which is part of Casco Viejo and Santa Ana. And so what you're seeing here, a lot of these homes, is what Casco Viejo looked like 20 years ago before the government really started to invest and encourage owners to invest in remodeling their buildings. So this is the path of progress. If we were to go 1 block over to the left, you would see Casco Viejo and what most tourists are used to seeing currently, which is everything that's been built up and remodeled. So in front of us, this is a brand new parking lot that's going to be opening pretty soon. And so that'll help alleviate a lot of the traffic in Casco. It'll also encourage tourists and local tourists to come into Casco. They now have a place they can park for free. This also connects directly to the Amador Causeway, where the cruise terminals are located. And so this will help alleviate a lot of that traffic that's currently coming in through the city or through areas that just don't have enough space to deal with congestion. Panama is addressing that issue with these public parking lots.
Real live working embassy?
No, that's a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Just a cheeky name.
Okay.
Oh, it's called the embassy.
Yeah. Historic Freemasons Lodge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Over 100 years old.
Wow. So Matt, we were talking earlier about the locals that live here in Costco, and a lot of them, you know, as we look at these buildings, these are pretty much abandoned buildings. And a lot of locals live in these abandoned buildings. Although they live for free, they're squatting. It's unsafe for them to live in these buildings. And so I know a lot of times people, you know, are concerned about gentrification in the sense that it's moving people out. But here in Costco, these are not people that are renting or that are paying to live in most of these places. They're literally squatting in places, buildings that are falling apart. Would that be correct, or?
Yeah, I would say an overwhelming majority of them are squatters. The ones who are paying some kind of rent, that rent is being subsidized, where they're only paying $75 to $150 per month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you bring up gentrification, you know, the government is actively, you know, constructing or finding places to place these families. But beyond that, there are laws that protect them, where according to how long you've lived into the property,
Mm-hmm.
you are in line to receive compensation for having to be displaced from where you're currently living.
Oh, okay.
And look, 1 block away, we're in Casco.
Right.
It's like when Dorothy hit the yellow brick road.
Right. That's one thing when we first came to Costco. People told us, because we stayed in Costco the first 10 days, and they was like, just stay on the cobblestone road. As long as you don't get off the cobblestone road, you're good. I was like, okay, I don't know what that means, but all right. But now I realize it just takes you outside of the more developed area.
Exactly. And 20 years ago, this area all looked like what we just came from.
Right. Wow.
So what's interesting, the very first time that we came to Panama, we stayed on this square,
Yes.
and our Airbnb is just around this corner where you see these police officers getting this guy out of here. But yeah, if you make that right, that's where we stayed the very first time we came to Panama.
Art store?
Yeah.
Yeah, Madre's closed. It's an art.
So for those of you guys who have heard us talk about Madres,
It's gone.
it's gone.
It's gone.
We are disappointed.
It's historic.
It's historic. So that's where we stayed. That's the Airbnb that we stayed at, just up there on the balcony.
The blue balcony.
And that was our introduction
To Panama. That's where I fell in love with Panama. Here in Costco Viejo.
Let's get it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's got a lot of good things going for it. There's a lot of good energy here. You know, you do feel like you've been transported back in time.
There's no question about it.
And it's just beautiful.
Yeah, one of our favorite places to go. If you've ever been to Panama, you would know that. You definitely got to get by here. Sheree, one of the things that I want people to understand, that when it comes to, you know, coming here to Panama to invest, to whether it's short-term, long-term, whether it's to live here, you got to get yourself a reputable realtor, someone who's licensed, that knows what they're doing. And one of the things that we love about Matthew is that, you know, from the time we got here 2.5 years ago, and we met him shortly after we got here, like, it's always great things. And y'all, I'm gonna say this, you know, the integrity of people that you work with matters.
Yes.
The consistency by which they show up. Not that everything will be perfect, because it won't. But the thing I love about working with Matt is that we go into things knowing that. So does that make sense? In other words, the communication becomes the thing. Mm-hmm. It becomes about, hey, well, what can we do? How do we figure out, how do we navigate this? And that's all you can hope for, because stuff is going to happen. But yeah, if you are interested in working with someone who we consider to be the utmost, not only professional, but great person, you definitely want to connect with Matthew and his company. Matt, I love what you guys are doing, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, man.
And one thing I would add to that too is that communication is key. And unfortunately, here in Panama, that's not always the mode that people move in, but
Yeah.
Matt does.
Yeah, yeah.
Matt and his team communicate. They're gonna keep you abreast of what's going on, and
Right.
that's something that can be really frustrating, especially when you're coming to a foreign country and you have questions, and so you want to connect to somebody that you know is going to be responsive to you, and is going to hold your hand to some degree to help you through this process, because it is very different than in the U.S.
Yeah.
Whether you're renting or buying here, it's not the same.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of questions, and you want somebody that's going to almost answer a lot of your questions, because you're not going to know all of them to even ask. And Matt is well versed. He's been here forever.
Yeah.
He knows how things work, and him and his team are going to be able to help you along the way. And as we're talking about that, we have our upcoming information session coming up in December. So make sure you guys check the link in the description so that you can register. You got to register to secure your seat, but that's where you'll get in the room with this guy here.
So communication is key. I encourage everyone on our team to answer every single message before the end of the day. Sometimes it'll slip through the cracks, but we will get back to you right away. And everyone that contacts me through your channel is going to have my direct number, my direct email as well. Someone on the team will get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Cherie, you started to touch on about how the market is different. It's not just the process, it's just the neighborhoods.
Yes.
You know, you're not going to come here and say, I want to live in a single family home in a gated community and pay X. You know, especially in Panama City, those are few and far between.
Right.
So be ready to think outside the box, or just expand on what might be your comfort zone.
Yeah. One thing that I want to do is, for those people who don't know Matthew's story, real quick, Matt, if you can just kind of give everybody sort of your brief history in terms of how did you get to this real estate space, because this is seemingly a flooded market, and you can't necessarily trust every single body that pops up and says they do a thing. What is it that makes you guys a little bit different?
Experience is the number one thing. I've been around for 16 years. Panama Equity has been around for 18 years now. So, we're really well established, and we put a lot of thought into the customer service side of things. It's not just a quick buck. We're here for the long haul, which is evidence of how long the company's been around. I tell people to walk away from more sales than I encourage them to purchase. If it's not the right scenario for you, we don't want to shoehorn someone into a property that's not right for them.
Right. I love it. I love it. I love it. So guys, once again, if you guys need to connect with a realtor, a professional, someone who has a heart, who cares, and quite frankly, let me just say this, he's humble. He won't say, Matt's the managing partner of this company, and the truth of the matter is he has an entire team to help him get done what needs to be done. So you're going to get taken care of. The links are in the description below. Make sure you click it. And again, hopefully you guys can pull up on our next real estate information session. Cherie, when's the date on that?
It's December the 11th at 6 p.m. Click the link, go to the description, register now to secure your seat. For those of you that were on the waiting list, you still have to register to get a ticket in this room.
Got it.
Now, you guys got information first, so hopefully you are already done that by the time this goes live.
Love it. Love it.
Stay tuned. Behind closed doors with the Brookses and Matt.